Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is a double shot of Agent Infinity action. It is M41 Walker Bulldog. One of my most favourite tanks at Tier 7. It's absolutely awesome. It was a pleasure to grind this tank in these two replays. First one's on Fisherman's Bay. Pretty lucky with the matchmaker. Old Agent Infinity, he's only in a Tier 8 battle. There are a number of Tier 8s on both sides, but when you're a Tier 7 light tank and you're in a Tier 8 game, it's absolutely awesome. Of course, the Tier 7 lights can see Tier 10s. And you can see his setup here, Agent Infinity. He's got the auto loader. The auto loader in the M41 Walker Bulldog has got 10 shells, which is an absolutely devastating amount of damage to pump into an enemy tank, but you really need to pick your opportunity. It hasn't got any armour, but it's quick. You'll bounce the odd shot in this tank, and that gun is just absolutely awesome. He's just looking around at this stage on Fisherman's Bay, just checking out where the enemy tanks are. He's lit up a few. You can see on the southwestern part there's quite a few enemy tanks, and Agent Infinity's heavies have got a good presence in the city as well. He's picking up some spotting damage, I think, from some of this damage that's being dished out. Not all of it, obviously, because there are tanks. That Mutz will be getting heaps of spotting damage where he is down there, lighting up the WZ and the KV4, but it's a little bit too hot for Agent Infinity and his little Tier 7 light tank to go down there. Now he's looking for some cheeky shots. First shot misses on the AMX, second shot doesn't, and then the AMX runs away. He's only fired 2 shots. He's still got 8 shots left. Now he's going to have a look on the other side of the map to see how the heavies are going. Looks like the heavies are taking a little bit of damage, but the only tank that's been spotted on the city side of the map is the Skoda T25 at Tier 6, and of course the OI. Skoda T25 gets taken out, and have a look at this gun. Reloaders, we've got auto loaders, you've got to love them. Gets a few shots. Even though he's just put nearly 600 damage into the enemy team, he's still got 5 shots left. The IS kindly shows him the side, but is it still reasonably well angled? I don't think Agent Infinity's lit at this stage. Only 1 shot left, so he reloads. And as he's sitting back in the bush, he's having a look at the mini-map just to see where his tanks are. Easy 8 really not doing much back there, but he obviously doesn't want to spot anything. But on the eastern side, that's where the advantage to Agent Infinity's side lies, on the eastern side. We've got all these tanks here in the city, and Agent Infinity's doing exactly the right thing. He's going to try and support them, but also keep an eye on the central part of the map and the central southwestern part of the map to see where all those other enemy medium tanks are. There's quite a few there. Auto aims on the AMX CDC, the Tier 8 premium French tank, which would be an easy one to pen, but the CDC obviously knows he's been spotted, so he pulls back, which is the right thing to do. Looks like the enemy tanks, the KV4 and the Panther, are doing a bit of a push up the one line. Unlucky not to pick up the kill on that OI. And now with his allied tanks down here, with the tanks on Agent Infinity's side down here, he knows he wants to make a bit of presence in the middle. He wants to light up the enemy tanks and obviously get a few cheeky shots in as well. The 1-2 line is copping it a little bit. That KV4 and the Panther doing the right thing and pushing up there. Agent Infinity picks up his first kill by taking the Bulldog out of the equation. Tries to get some shots on Artie, but they just don't land. VK in the middle all by himself is a perfect target, but Sasarai Panzer picks up his second kill with that little VK 3002, and now he's looking for some shots on the AMX, but he just doesn't have it. That Mutz though, that Mutz looks like a great target. Sounds like he might have been tracked. Obviously fixed his tracks pretty quickly. He's tracked again. He's got 1 shell left. He might as well put it in as he waits for that reload. Now, The team on the southeastern side have done a pretty good push, and they've sort of cleaned up anyone was here. But those two heavy tanks that were pushing, or the KV-4 and the Panther 8.8, the medium tank, both reasonably heavily armoured. They obviously copped it big time. Maybe from the Swedish tank with his autoloader and that ISU. ISU picked up 2 of the kills. Maybe he got both of them. Now he gets lit in the middle of the map. It's a bit of a risk doing this, but his team are winning 10-3, so you may as well go for it. And at this point of the game, Age Infinity is just trying to ensure that the enemy tanks stay lit, as well as whack some damage in. He knows his reload is going to beat that Mutz. He picks up his 3rd kill, taking the Mutz out of the game. And again, even though he's just fired a few shots, you know, if you're driving around in a Batchat or one of the Czech autoloaders, you'd consider reloading. But with the Bulldog, he's still got 7 clips left, and 7 clips will be enough to get rid of both the IS and this FV artillery. And of course, he's going to keep them lit as well. Lucky just to bounce the Lorraine, but he's looking at that British art. He picks up the kill, and there's only 1 tank left. This is the bit where everyone charges for the artillery, and a very good win, 15-3 by Asian Infinity from ANZAF Clan in his M41 Walker Bulldog. Looking at the post-game battle results, that's not the right one. This is the right one. He's picked himself up a mastery badge, bruiser, fighter, and fire for effect. Spotted a few tanks. Didn't end up spotting as many tanks as I thought he might, but he had an awesome game nonetheless. Looking at the damage results, did an absolute shitload of damage. I didn't really keep much of an eye on his damage counter in the game, but that's an awesome amount of damage. 2,370 damage was the top damage on both teams comfortably by a few hundred. ISU 152 didn't have a bad game either, and the T-54 first prototype, that's the premium Russian tank, didn't have a bad game at all. But a bit of a carry by our mate Agent Infinity in his Tier 7 American light tank, the M41 Walker Bulldog, and also a really fun tank to play. If you can get in there, get your clip off, get out, and then do it again, you'll always have a pretty good game. And you can, not a bad profit either, nearly 32,000 credits profit. Fired 29 shots. Now there were some blind shots there, so he missed 6 shots. 18 of them did damage, and that's what gave him 2,370 damage for this game, and help pick him up an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. As we move on to the second game in this double, from Agent Infinity again in the M41 Walker Bulldog, and again you wouldn't have too much to complain about with this matchmaking. He's in a Tier 7 light tank, and the enemy have only got 5 Tier 8s. So he's on Pilsen, a relatively new map. Apart from the Paris map, I think it's probably the newest map in the game on the Asian server anyway. Bit of nudging going on between the two light tanks, as Asian Infinity does exactly what he said he was going to do in the chat, and has a look down the 9-0 line, which is the traditional place for mediums and lights to run around. And he's not stuffing around, he's getting right into the action. He hasn't got a great deal of backup though, only those 2 AMXs, which at Tier 5 you wouldn't want to rely on them too much. And the enemy does have quite a few medium tanks, which all might be there. But look at where all the medium tanks are on Agent Infinity's team. Every single one of them, except for the Cromwell, have converged around this building, which is, alright, it's probably not a bad idea to focus fire and focus on the same targets, but I don't know what they're all thinking there. Now the Tiger's looking at him, the Tiger misses, and Agent Infinity's pumping the damage in to the Tier 7 German heavy tank. And now it looks like some of his teammates are going down the 0 line, but not many. Again, it's still just the Cromwell and the AMX ELC. But it looks like the enemy are doing a similar thing. Looks like most of their mediums are along this side of this central square. So Agent Infinity is going to look for that enemy AMX ELC and probably try and clean him up. But he needs to be careful with the. Needs to be careful with that T43 as well. So he's looking to get side shots on that T43, but the T43 is aimed his way. T43 shoots and misses. Agent Infinity does the right thing and tracks him, keeps him there so he can put some more damaging shots into it. T43 misses again. Agent Infinity unloads his clip, and that AMX ELC confirms the kill on the Tier 7 Russian medium tank. And I'm still amazed at where all the tanks are in this game. Have a look, all these medium tanks still here, and the enemy medium tanks are still here. So Agent Infinity is doing the right thing. He's waiting for his reload to happen, which with all auto loaders, you don't really know what to do. You've got a bit of time to fill in, and he's getting down this corner just to try and get some flanking shots into these enemy tanks. He sees the French tank destroyer, and he's given him his side, so it looks like he's tracked as well. So he's just bopping in and out. The Tiger does finally lands a shot, but he knows, Agent Infinity knows that he's going to, with the autoloader, he'll be able to put a couple more shots in before that Tiger 1's reloaded. He's got 4 shells left. He's already picked up nearly 2,000 hit points of damage. Tiger's still aiming his way. Tiger tracks him. So he fixes his track and picks up his first kill. 2,115 damage so far, which is not a bad game at all in a Tier 7 light tank. But now he's running around. Is he going to look for those arties? It looks like he is. That's what light tanks do. Light tanks absolutely love it. You can find 2 unsuspecting artilleries down in the corner. Are the arties still going to be here, or they got a bit of map awareness and know what's coming? It looks like they have moved. Well, one of them has, but not the big German one. GW Tiger P, the Tier 8 artillery piece. He has fired, so he's got all the time in the world. Auto aims, fires away, misses a shot, but it doesn't really matter. The reload time is going to take forever. Confirms his second kill and also brings his damage count up to over 2,500 hit points of damage. But now this game's not over yet. That AMX is sitting on the cap, which has got to be putting pressure on the enemy team. But there's still plenty of damage to be collected here. That Oho is still on full health. I don't know how. Maybe no one knows where to shoot it. And of course the Panther 88. Lucky to bounce that shot from the Panther 88. And he's got the back of the Oho, but he knows the side is probably the place to be. So he's trying to stay away from that gun though. It looks like the derp gun. That derp gun will kill him in one shot. He's got 2 shells left. He sets him on fire, and he confirms the kill. Picking up his 3rd kill and reloading while he's waiting for that to kill that Panther. But someone sets the Panther on fire, and the Cromwell takes him out of the game in the end. With 7 seconds left on the cap counter, it's a comfortable win in the end. It wasn't looking that comfortable for a lot of it, but an awesome game by Agent Infinity from ANZAF Clan. Another Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser and Fire for effect, and of course the High Caliber this time for having an absolute awesome game. 3,345 hit points of damage. Absolutely heaps more than anyone on either side of the game. He did a little bit of spotting damage too, 780, which isn't too bad, but he was in the right at the front of the battle. He wasn't sitting back like a lot of, you do see light tank drivers sometimes sitting back and sniping like chai snipers. But Agent Infinity in the M41 Walker Bulldog got stuck right in and put a heap of damage into the enemy team. You can see the battle only went for 5 minutes, but in that 5 minutes, he picked up an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, 3,345 hit points of damage, over 41,000 credits, bottom line profit with a premium account, and of course the High Caliber as well. An awesome game by Agent Infinity. One of my favourite. I forgot how fun the M41 Walker Bulldog was because I've sold it and moved that crew onto the T49. But an awesome double shot of M41 Walker Bulldog action from our old mate Agent Infinity from ANZAF Clan. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks very much, Agent Infinity, for the replays. You can see on the main picture he's got 2 marks of excellence on that tank, and I don't think it's going to be long till he picks up his 3rd. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.